Good morning from Sydney, Nebraska. And good news, we think there wasn't a storm last night. Either that or we were so sleepy we didn't hear it. So we are headed back down to the van. Dash, did you have fun here last night? It looks like it from all the stuff that's on the floor. Say, pick me up, mommy. Okay, back to the van. Okay, first look at the van now that she's dry. She's obviously super dirty, but what are you seeing, Daniel?
There's tiny little dimples all over. They're not big, but they're running up and down the entire length of it.
What do we do, Daniel?
I really don't know. I think I'm too tired to think right now. I need coffee. It sucks.
What do you think, Dash? Just happy to be in van. Fair.
Yeah, so unfortunately, it looks like we took this is broken right here from a shot from the ice. And these vents right here, you can see where it just knocked out the screen area here, but it looks like they're supposed to be, actually that's supposed to be covered. Yeah, see that just punched a hole right through there. It looks like a big chunk of ice just knocked that straight through. That sucks. All right, so it looks like it definitely beat this to pieces here. And the other one is, I think it just like collapsed and fell inside this thing. So that'll have to be fixed, and I'm hoping there's nothing else. Yeah, and then we've got some like, you can tell where some of those like golf ball sized pieces of hail just like completely dented the roof here. So overall, dents all over the hood, little door dings all over one full entire length of the Airstream there. I've got a broken door, I've got 2 broken vents on the hood, and honestly there's no telling what the roof sustained, what damage is sustained. So I think the plan at this point is just to work our way to the rally, borrow a ladder from somebody, go up on the roof, and do a further damage assessment from there. But it could have been much worse. It kind of sucks that like one entire side of the RV is covered in little dimples, especially since it's only a couple weeks old. But I mean, it's just the way it rolls sometimes. You just roll with it.
0 out of 5 flamingos, Nebraska. 0 out of 5 flamingos. Just in shock. Let's go get coffee.
I don't know what to say. Yeah, I'm kind of, after doing that little walk around, I'm kind of concerned about some of the roof components, because they would have just taken a direct shot. Like, I mean, if they were big enough to completely dent the hood, I can't even imagine what the roof looks like. So,
Coffee it is?
Coffee it is. Yep.
Oh
Man, I can't even imagine. Yeah, we're passing an Airstream right now. I can't imagine. They're going to the rally.
Oh. Maybe he found cover.
This dude
Loves these little fruit packets. All right. So someone is missing the Airstream travel trailer right now.
The campfire is warm. Up, windows down.
Oh, well, considering the damage to our van, maybe we'll be back in the Airstream sooner rather than later. The other Airstream, that is.
I'm literally at a loss for words. From the coffee shop, if you look out the window, you can see like all the dings, like
So
as clear as
sad.
day. And then I looked, and there's like the top shell, the upper moldings have dings in them. Basically, the whole thing is covered in dings.
Time to call the insurance company and also drive, because, well, thankfully it doesn't look like there's any kind of like damage to it driving. It's mostly cosmetic.
Boy, actually, on that note, we should check the AC because it got
I did.
hammered. You did? It worked?
I did.
Your face.
I know. Usually we do a much better job when we go into like a local coffee shop and do some filming for y'all. But I'm so distracted right now because I'm just wondering, it's Mercedes and Airstream that we're working with. You've got a Mercedes chassis and Airstream builds out the rest of it. So I don't even know what that entails getting, to get this fixed. But I do know that it's going to entail some time outside of a van, obviously, while the repairs are made. So this may be a very short-lived van life experience. I guess we're going to find out together, and the extent of the damage and how much it's going to cost. Well, luckily it's just a deductible for us, but I mean, I can't imagine it would be cheap to do all of these repairs. It has to be.
Let's just get on the road.
Yeah. The more we drive today, the more lush greenery we start to see with subtle rolling hills. Now it'll get much greater as we get closer to Rock Springs, but it's already starting to look more beautiful.
Dash was ready for a break, so we made a stop in the closest town, which is Buford, and apparently the population is Uno and is 8,000 feet above sea level, which is apparently the highest town between New York City and some California city on Highway 80. So it looks like we're just in the middle of nowhere.
This appears to be the local post office here.
Look, Dash, there's a train in real life. What do you think about it?
Do you like the train? Is that fun? Getting to see real trains? Cooler than your toy trains?
We're gonna be seeing more of these in the next couple days. And we're back to delightful weather out west. As you can see, they've got one of these weird sand cone things.
You remember what they call those, Dee?
They call those avoid at all costs, I think. I don't think we've seen one of those since Marfa, Texas. I'm trying to think back. It was West Texas. That's some serious wind out there.
Let's see if you can see it better. Yeah, there we go. Looks like it's dissipating a little bit. There you go, yeah.
You might have been able to hear the wind on camera, but it just got super windy and sort of like rattling us a little bit, but not over the top or anything. It wasn't. Yeah. Anyways, that's.
I think we're gonna have some PTSD from yesterday and the hailstorm for a while. All right, we have our first tall mountain sighting. It's pretty exciting.
Not just tall, but snow-capped. That is amazing. I don't know about you, but whenever I see a mountain like that, I just feel like it's itching to be climbed. Maybe one day when Dash gets older.
snow cap, we have heard from our other friends who are already out this way that even though it's technically summer, there's been some pretty chilly weather. And I think I brought some cold weather clothes.
Yeah, so in the process of packing, I had some stuff, my like winter gear hanging up in the closet, and we were grabbing and going. I didn't grab my winter gear. I have one long sleeve shirt, I think, and that's it. To the best of my knowledge, at least.
It's kind of a thin long sleeve shirt too, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And I refuse to buy stuff because I have stuff and I don't need more stuff. So I don't really know how that's going to go down. I guess we're going to find out.
Y'all, he's from Florida. His refusal to buy stuff is going to end real quickly if it hits the 30s.
While we're driving today, I can't help but look down at the couple of dingers we have on our hood and think about it. And then it really got me thinking, there's only 2 dingers on the hood, and that's it. Yet the rest of everything else looks like a golf ball. And then I remembered we have PPF protection on the front end of this. And then I thought to myself, granted it would be expensive, but if we had the entire thing wrapped in PPF, it would have been able to deflect 95% of all of the hail. When you have golf ball size hail, and yesterday the winds reached 60 miles an hour, I found out. I looked that up online. So you've got little golf balls coming in at 60 miles an hour. There's nothing in the world that would have prevented those larger chunks from causing damage. But I think it could have helped prevent some of the smaller ones from damaging the body, which would be helpful. So, it's food for thought there. Maybe if we'd had the whole thing covered in PPF, all the small hail would have had zero impact on the van. But again, there's nothing you can do about the big stuff. It's going to get through whatever barrier you put in front of it, especially when it's flying at 40 to 60 miles an hour towards your vehicle.
But in happier news, we're only 16 miles from our stop for the day.
And that stop is a 2-night stop where we get to chill and relax and no driving until Saturday when we go to the Airstream Rally. It's Thursday. So that's pretty exciting because I think we're really freaking tired at this point.
Could not agree more. We anticipated taking 2 months to get out here and slowly work our way out west, visit some cool locations. We turned 2 months into 2 weeks, which has made it it's tiring. I would do not recommend 0 to 5 flamingos. Take your time if you have a cross country trip. Don't rush it. But we had a lot of stuff come up, and that's just the way it goes sometimes. We don't want to miss out on the fun. So here we are, driving our butts across country because we want to be part of the party. And we have a lot of friends coming, and we're excited about seeing all of them. Less than 10 minutes from the campground, and today's wrap up here is that we've traveled approximately 250 miles over the course of 4.5 hours, and despite being at altitude, we spent a good portion of the day between 8,000 and 9,000 feet elevation. The van's getting exactly 14 miles a gallon today, which is good because that has been on the higher end. I wondered how the altitude would impact it, because typically you would see lower MPGs at higher altitude, but it's been holding steady today at 14 miles per gallon, which is fantastic.
Now that we're settled in, Daniel went to the front office to officially check in because I used Hip Camp to book it, which we don't use very often, but this was a perfect way to do it. So I'm using the food maker. I'm using her stovetop for the first time. So it's induction, which I've never used before, but it's working great. I'm just making some pasta and giving Dash some cheese snacks. He's got his cup chilling. And then I just got to set up his outdoor high chair because he cannot eat spaghetti with pasta. Or I think I might even make pesto sauce in the Airstream. That would be disastrous. And then we'll eat lunch. We'll say my strainer fits perfectly in my tiny little sink. Nothing fancy, but some pesto pasta with mozzarella. And Dash, is it raining? Oh goodness, it's raining, isn't it? Guess we can't eat outside, huh, dude? I think Dash is gonna be getting dry pasta. Don't judge me.
Right in the cracks.
Yep, this is obviously gonna go well.
Yeah?
Dad to the rescue.
That's supposed to go in your mouth. I mean, I'm not seeing the play here.
But it's spaghetti, it's so fun to play with. All right, we're starting to think that this area of the country is not conducive to RVing at all. Yeah, you hear that noise? It's not just rain. It's freaking hail again. Like, this is so ridiculous.
When it first started hailing yesterday, I thought to myself, thank goodness we don't have Airstream Classic, you know, the aluminum can, because that's like guaranteed dimples. Now I realize it doesn't matter what kind of RV you have, if the hail's big enough, you're in trouble. So, be warned. If you're an RVer, or if you're getting into RVing, if the hail's big enough, there's not much you can do. It doesn't really matter what kind of camper you're in.
Are you having fun in here even though it's raining and hailing, Dash? You're just chilling.
As much as we are excited about spending time outside, I will say a lot of people, when we told them we were going to do the van with 3 people, they were like, oh, the space will feel so tiny. I don't feel like it has felt really tiny.
Yeah, honestly, part of what we've packed up and you haven't quite seen yet is all the outdoor stuff that we have. So as soon as we get to our destination, we'll set up all the outdoor cool stuff, and
If it'll stop hailing.
if it'll stop hailing. I'm not doing that today, but we'll do it when we get to our final destination.
But it really doesn't feel that small in here, do you think?
No. Honestly, we've got 2 loungy chairs here. We can watch a movie, chill out. Converts to a bed pretty easily. So, it's pretty nice.
Dash, are you feeling claustrophobic? No, you're good. All right, good deal.
Yeah. All the hail.
True story, after yesterday's Airstream catastrophe, van catastrophe, whatever you call it. Ice apocalypse, hail apocalypse. I don't know, we'll come up with something, but it doesn't even matter. Like, it's hailing right now, it's hitting the van. I don't care. I mean, we have to file an insurance claim at this point no matter what, so it's not like it could do any more damage. Well, I guess it could, but
The van is still functional. Don't wish that craziness upon us.
yeah, exactly. But like, Laura and I are always trying to be like glass completely full kind of people, super positive all the time, no matter what. And there was a moment yesterday where I was looking at the Airstream, Oh, it was this morning when I was doing a walk around the Airstream, and I said to myself, "Ugh." And I was thinking to myself, there's a crack in my Disney. Like, I always tell Lauren, like, if there's like a crack in my positivity, there's a crack in my Disney. And that's what I was feeling this morning. And then I compartmentalized my feelings and for a little bit, and then I was kind of worked my way back towards positivity. So even for people who are super positive all the time, there occasionally can be a crack in our Disney. So just throwing that out there.
Okay, other things we're throwing out there. There's nothing wrong with negative feelings. They're normal. Letting yourself feel them is a good thing.
Right, Dash?
Dash agrees, right, dude? Say, Mom, not negative feelings or that Mommy's not picking me up. Come here, boo.
After all that driving and all that hail drama, we are absolutely tuckered out. At least two of us are absolutely tuckered out. One is like fighting a good fight. Dada? Yeah?
So we're signing off for the day. But if you haven't already, make sure you wander local today. Because as you know, it's good for the soul.
Dash, you want to say bye-bye to everybody?
Ooh, okay.
That was like a bye-bye kind of.
That's a bye-bye humble. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Are you trying to control that Airstream over there with that remote control, dude?
I know one thing you can't control. The weather.
Say see you tomorrow, friend. Bye-bye.